The kegs are full and the Del Riata is open for business. And what do we have here? What? Only the biggest, sexiest, craziest Lost Girl fans in the world. Welcome to the Lost Girl Season 2 finale pre-show. My name is Steve Cochran. I'm one of the writers for Lost Girl, and I'll be your host for this evening. First, can I ask you guys a question? Is anyone here at all excited to meet the cast today? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, they couldn't make it. No, I'm joking. No, they're all upstairs. They're in the building. In less than an hour from this very moment, Bo and company will face off against the all-powerful Garuda in an epic battle for the ages. But first, why don't we take a moment here to meet some of these lovely, gorgeous people here in the audience. These fans have gone the extra mile to be here today, and they sent him some great stuff, some contest winners. Let's take a minute to meet some of them right now. You sent in this beautiful picture of you with these crazy fey eyes. Now, I noticed that they're very, very blue. Does it hereditary, the women in your family? You can see their eyes from space? Is that the kind of
yeah, it runs in the family, so I wish.
Thanks so much for the photo, and thanks for being here. It's nice to meet you. You sent in, look at these pictures that she drew of Ksenia here. These are amazing. Kenzie, are you an artist? Is this what you do?
Yes, it's what I'm studying.
Oh, wow, that's great. These are amazing. I can draw SpongeBob. Almost as good as my 7-year-old. It's pretty good. Anyways, thanks so much. I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much. All right, guys. So now, for those unfortunate people at home who have not yet seen an episode of Lost Girl, and I'm talking to you, grandmother, we're going to take a moment right now and get you caught up and take you inside the secret society that is the world of the Fae. Here is Lost Girl 101.
Lost Girl is a show about a girl named Bo. She is a succubus, which is a creature that feeds on sexual energy.
Season 1 opens with Bo saving Kenzie's life.
I'll take her and we're safe.
They meet in this kind of crazy set of circumstances where they have to help each other. You are definitely the toughest kid on this playground.
I play a fella named Dyson, who is a shapeshifter. The secret society is a world that is inhabited by what we call Fae. We pull from lots of different sort of superstitious, mystical backgrounds from all sorts of different cultures around the world.
Well, I play Dr. Lauren Lewis, and I work for the Light Fae.
Based on your feeding signature, just say it. You're a succubus.
So there's a love triangle with Bo and Dyson and Lauren, and there's all kinds of sacrifices made by both Dyson and Lauren.
You need all of the strength you can get, so take some of mine.
Want I kill you?
Just kiss me.
There's a lot of really fun elements to the show. It's a supernatural world that sort of is really vast, but I think people connect to their relationships because those relationships are really human, even though most of us aren't human.
Oh, you are the Kenziest Kenzie ever.
Well, now that we're all on the same page, finally, and we are counting down even closer to the big finale. But first, what would Lost Girl be without its Lost Girl? Here's a look at the sexy succubus that we all know and love.
Bo, have you thought this through?
No, but it's the only way I heal. I don't usually have trouble wrapping my mouth around things, but something about that sentence makes me horny.
All right, and here she is, the unaligned Fae of the hour, everyone's favorite succubus, the Lost Girl, the pride of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Anna Silk, everybody! Good to see you.
Awesome! How cool is this? This is fantastic.
Can't help but notice that their Europlas was bigger, thanks to you.
No, the energy in here is amazing.
I know, is this incredible?
Yeah.
No, Anna, you play a succubus.
I do.
Let's just say it.
Yep,
Let's just get it
call
out
it
there.
out. Yep.
You can kill people with sex.
I can.
How do you prepare for a role like that?
Well, how how don't you prepare really for a role like that?
Draw on personal experience,
Yes,
obviously.
you do. Yes, I murdered people.
Excellent.
Growing up.
That's
No,
what I was trying to get. The police will be here in a minute. No, but seriously, what kind of challenges are there to play a role like Bo?
Well, I think, Bo is obviously, she's a supernatural creature. You all know what she does. But I think to prepare to play Bo, you really have to identify with the human side of her. And that's what I play. You can't really play a succubus. I am a succubus.
Right.
So, but I sort of look at the human side of her and the relationships that she has on the show. So yeah, the sexual part of it, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's no way around it. You just have to go for it.
Now, one of the biggest compliments I always hear about this show is that it's so sex positive.
Yeah.
It's like there's not really any labels. The sexual orientation thing doesn't really matter. It's just about choosing who you choose to love.
Yeah.
How big is that? How big important is that message for you when playing Bo?
Oh, I think it's really important. I think it's one of the things I'm most proud of on the show. I love that here's this leading female character who loves who she loves.
Right.
It's who she is. It's what she is. There's no apology about it. There's no questioning about it. She questions a lot of other stuff. But she completely embraces who she is. Now that wasn't easy for Bo all the time. Her power was something she had to struggle with. It was her greatest source of shame for so long, and it becomes her greatest source of power. But the sexuality part of it is completely unapologetic and completely who she is, which I love.
Yeah, there's a lot to draw on there.
Yeah, and it's really great, and that's one of the greatest things about fan response to the show too, has been that aspect of who she is, and I'm really proud of that.
Right on. Now, you meet so many fans. We have so many fans here today as well. But you meet a lot of people at Comic-Con, Fan Expo, and things like that. Is there any moment of sort of fan interaction that sort of just really hit you and kind of stuck there?
Yeah, definitely. We've met all kinds of great people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And everyone has their own specific reason for why they love Lost Girl, and I love hearing all of them. But we had one girl last year at Fan Expo who wanted to speak to Zoe and I, Zoe who plays Lauren so wonderfully. And she sort of came up to us and she was nervous and pretty emotional and really wanted to share with us that it was because of the relationship that we had on the show that she was able to come out to her mom.
Wow.
And we were speechless and also just really happy that there's a role model out there for her at that time, which I think it's incredible.
Yeah. It's more beautiful than the birth of my kids. We have an audience question here for you now.
Sure.
I'm just going to go to it. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Just as we've come to the end of season 2 and looking back at how is the biggest way that Bo's changed your life or getting to know her, playing her, this whole experience?
Well, I definitely learned from Bo. I think, ultimately I am Bo, but I have to sort of add a few layers to myself to play Bo. She's incredibly confident, which is something that I've learned from her. No matter what she has to do, no matter how scared she is, she does it. She stands up and she does it, which I think is something everyone can relate to. I can relate to it. I'm scared a lot of the time, and you just have to kind of go for it. And that's something I definitely have learned from her. And, I like to think that she learns from me a little bit too.
Excellent. All right, Anna Silk, everybody. Don't go away. There's a lot more Anna on the show, and plus our own Big Bad Wolf is coming up after the break. As we keep counting down to the big Lost Girl Season 2 finale.
We're just orchestrating a scene here where Dyson wolfs out and attacks 4 minions at this case, but supposedly it'll be a swarm of minions coming at him and he'll be taking them out.
When you're having to act these moments out, you get caught up in the moment, and if it's a life or death situation, I actually injured a guy. We had to do a headbutt gag, and we're supposed to clear, beside our heads, and we did for every take except for this one, and I connected with this guy, and he got the hard part of my head, and I got the soft part of his eye, so it didn't hurt me, but I saw him glaze.
And they really work to my strengths. They take what they know I can do well, and they sort of make that really work. And that's kind of how we found Beau's fighting style, which is kind of to use, she's really strong, but she's not really an expert fighter. She's strong and she's smart and she's capable, so she kind of just takes whatever's around her and uses it to her advantage.
Anyone who's ever had a hit show knows you're only there because you got great fans, and no one greater than this guy right here. You know him on Twitter as Faye Anonymous. Here he is, Kurt Bennett, everybody. Kurt, you've been so active in social media with this show right from the get-go. What is it about Lost Girl that just resonates so big with you?
I love the characters. I love the story. It's such a big world out there. There's even more out there than the characters that we see even. Mm-hmm. There's so much more out there that we could be explored eventually, spin-offs, who knows?
Well, also, we're like minutes from the big finale. Are you excited?
Definitely.
Any predictions?
Wow. I'd rather not try and make a fool of myself.
Yeah, I'm not doing so well with that one. Do you mind if I get a picture with you?
Sure.
All right. That's a good one. All right, man. Kurt Bennett, everybody. Thanks for being here, man. Well, what do you call a cop who can sniff out evil, has served the one and only Blood King, and knocked the boots with Jane Austen before leaving England? You'd call him Lucky first, but we call him Dyson.
When a wolf mates, he mates for life.
What the hell are you? You're a policeman who's also his own police dog.
Kicking it in the wolf man.
And here he is, live in the Dalriada, everyone's favorite motorcycle riding badass, Chris O'Leary. Chris, so glad you're here, man.
Me too.
It's good to see you. No, when you took the role of Dyson, there was a lot of sort of opportunities, sort of like banging on the door. But thank God for us, you chose to do Dyson. What is it about the?
Me too.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's exactly it. What is it about the role that it just hits you so deeply?
Well, it wasn't just the role. I mean, Dyson's a great character to play. There's lots of interesting things that you usually don't get to play on characters. He's 1,000 years old, he's a different species. But it was also the script. Michelle Lovretta put such a great pilot script together, which aired as episode 8 for us in the first season. It was dark, it was complicated, there was some lots of great interaction. I just read it and I knew this was something that I wanted to do, so I threw myself at it.
Now, I heard a funny thing the other day. The headshot you brought to the audition.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, Dyson, he's a wolf shifter, right? So I found the best headshot of a wolf that I could find online and put it in there. I needed to get it into their heads on a subliminal level that I am an animal.
No, man, that's commitment, I gotta say. Throughout the 2 seasons now, has there been sort of one defining moment that has sort of has spoken to you as Dyson? Like, what do you think is the biggest moment he's had?
There's been so many with all the different characters. But if I'm gonna be selfish and just about Dyson, I'm gonna have to say episode 205, where we did the flashbacks and I really got to explore Dyson's sort of history. Broke a little bit of the Scottish brogue, Got to play around, did a little bit of Braveheart running through the woods.
Nice.
That was fun.
Did it bother you at all that I was your ab double all season?
Not at all, Steve.
No.
In fact, I'm hoping you're going to be my butt double in season 3.
Yeah, everyone else is too, really. Yeah. All right, well, now we have an audience question coming up for Dyson.
Hi, my name's Chloe. I'm just wondering if there's a part or quality in the wolf that you think we should all aspire to.
That's a great question, because it's a lot of things that I drew on for creating Dyson. There's the mates for life, which was not to like. That wasn't my fault. Okay.
Not that one.
I was trying, okay? Wolf's gotta live, though,
What a dog.
Similar, slight offshoot. But yeah, loyalty, pack, honor.
We also got a Facebook question for you now. It's from a girl named Marion. And the question is going to read, what was it like for all the other actors to play each other in the episode Original Skin? And she specifically said, I enjoyed watching Chris play Kenzie, and I think we all did. Well, what was that like for you, man?
I got really lucky, first of all, because Kenzie's such an awesome character to play. You know what? That episode was amazing for all of us.
Yeah.
It was...
And that's the real side of Chris, you have to know.
Dyson's the construct? Really? Yeah, I'm Kenzie inside. You know, it was kind of like, it was like theater school for all of us. We all really worked together. We were doubling up, pairing up. We were reading each other's lines to each other. And what was awesome also is we were shooting in here for the most part, so we could really like focus in, help each other. Honestly, we were videotaping each other doing the opposite scenes with our like iPads and watching it back. It was a lot of fun.
No, it was like acting camp or something.
Totally.
All of us were here for 6 days in this room pretty much. And
such a fun episode.
Yeah.
Mr. Chris Holder-Reid, everybody. Don't go away. More after the break, including everyone's favorite partner in Petty Larceny, the queen of the quips, Miss Ksenia Solo.
our whole look has gotten a great response from fans. You know, they love the wardrobe, they love the hair, makeup, and as an actor, you need those elements. That's really what defines you as the character in that role.
On an episode, I get the script, then I have about 6 days to get the whole show up and running, designed and made, and it would not be possible if I didn't have an absolutely amazing team.
The way she looks is everything. If I just, you know, came to work and did not look like this, I could not play the character I played.
In Anne's case, she has to dress people in one episode for 4 or 5 days. So every outfit has to change. And when we have a stunt guy, we have to be prepared to rip the clothes to get them all bloody. So she has to have 4 or 5 versions so that we can attack somebody, rip their clothes, get blood on it, and then 10 minutes later, make them look like that never happened.
Russo had his man Friday. Don Quixote had Sancho Panza. And Bo has probably the most interesting partner in history. There's no one quite like Kenzie.
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 You can freaking control people by touch and not in a creepy hand job way. Lisa, may I have some beverage?
She's got kick-ass boots and a witch sharper than any knife known to Faye. Ksenia Solo, everybody!
Gracefully get on here. Okay, wait. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, first off, Ksenia, I'd like to start with a real serious question. Hard one.
Okay.
Do you know, or are you related to Han Solo?
Yes.
Excellent.
Crazy uncle. I see him, you know, every Christmas. It's not a big deal.
Okay, no, but seriously, Kenzie's such a colorful character. You know, you get into so many amazing situations. You're a thief. You have crazy Russian cousins. How much of Ksenia is actually in Kenzie?
All of it. That's really You're just seeing my life unfold. No, you know, it depends. It depends on the weather. It depends on my mood that day. It depends on the scene, how much of me is in Kenzie. But on a serious note, I feel like as the series progresses, as we dive deeper into all the stories, I can feel and discover how much of me is really in Kenzie. And as she grows and evolves, I feel that I grow and evolve as an actor, as a person, as a woman.
Yeah.
So,
no, she's definitely memorable. What's it like being sort of, you know, one of the only humans amongst this group of, you know, powerful people?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
You know, the Fae kind of annoy me sometimes because, you know, the bad ones who are very disrespectful to humans and hate on them and only see them as food, you know, it makes me very angry. But it's very cool because my bestie is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful Fae out there. So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good when I'm by her side.
If you could have a Fae power, what would it be?
That's such a hard question. I wish I could. I'm going to use an ice cream shop analogy. Is that okay?
I was hoping you would.
When you go into Baskin Robbins and they give you that pink spoon and you're so excited to try all the different flavors. That is what I would like for Kenzie. I would like her to have a Fae power buffet. I would like her to get to try everybody's powers because I find them all very fascinating.
Wow. Okay. I think we're going to go to an audience question now. It's for Ksenia. Right here.
Hi, I'm Sunny, and you have the most amazing wardrobe your character does. I was wondering, what was your personal favorite item?
I can't pick one. It's almost like every episode there's some sort of unique piece that I'm like, oh, I wish I was cool enough in life to wear this or to take home. But I love her shoes. I love her jeans. I love, we're very lucky on the show because we have a lot of custom-made pieces.
Okay, now we have a Twitter question. It's from Gogo. Kenzie and Bo are only friends? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Or is there something more? Question mark, question mark. What do you think, ladies?
I don't know. She's pretty sexy. So. I would say friends. I have had the pleasure of experiencing a succubus kiss.
Yes.
So that was pretty
It was a
great.
brief affair.
but I would never forget it. So
I think, in terms of something more, they're like sisters.
Right.
That's kind of what makes this relationship so unique.
And
but I don't know if it will go beyond that one kiss we shared. Really? Although it was lovely. Sure? It was lovely.
That's so true about your characters. You guys are so tight on the show. And in a lot of ways, no matter about Team Dyson, Team Lauren, Kenzie and Bo are kind of like soulmates in a way, too.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that friendship, the relationship that it is for you guys?
I think these two people were very lost and scared and living in their own worlds, and they were really both, if I can speak for the both of us, were living without a purpose in life, and by accidentally finding each other, they found comfort, and they found a home, and they found this rare friendship, and ultimately this love and devotion in a non-sexual way, which is very rare, I think, in this life.
Yeah, and it was like instant family, and there was this unbreakable bond there from the very beginning. And it's true with Ksenia and I as well. We met in the bathroom right before
our screen test.
And
we fell in love under those disgustingly ugly fluorescent lights. It's just...
Yep. So I think that it exists on and off the show, and it's been really very nice.
And I think it's amazing because, she could really just kill me. I could be food for her, but she doesn't. I don't.
Friendship over food. Good to know.
Yes.
All right, Ksenia Sola, everybody. All right, guys, don't go away. A lot more Lost Girl cast and behind-the-scenes looks as the Season 2 finale pre-show continues.
Our sets are built by Ian Brock, who does an absolutely amazing job because he has to take a paragraph describing an environment that we want to shoot, and he has to turn it into what you've seen.
You get to walk on to a set that is this insane asylum or an abattoir or something really sort of dark, and you get to bring the story to life, in a real setting. They're incredible.
When you are able to live your character or inhabit a character that's within an environment that feels real, it really helps you with really getting into character and into the moment of what you're having to do.
One of the challenges of each day for me is as we deliver a new set to the cast is to have that wow factor when they come in and they're all blown away. And they've seen this every day. They get to be able to have them come in and go, yeah, I get it. This is great. And that actually is really exciting to see how they can work with the set once they see what's there for them each day. And it's like a big surprise.
Everyone's still excited? Glad you're here. Well, it's my privilege now to introduce the man who's the reason why we're all here, the guy that fought to get this show on TV so you guys could have something to be here and cheer about, the executive producer of Lost Girl, Mr. Jay Firestone.
This is fun.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it great?
That is a riot. I'm enjoying this.
I gotta say, one of the things that, for me when I started working with you, what makes it so fun is you're so enthusiastic about the show. You love it so much. You know it inside out. What is it about Lost Girl that means so much to you?
It was a hard show to get anybody to buy.
Yeah.
I had this for years. I went around. You imagine going to a room and pitching a show about a girl who doesn't know who she is, doesn't know what she is, doesn't know if she's good or evil. She's bisexual and she kills people during sex. You get the weirdest looks from everybody, everywhere you go, and everybody thinks you're crazy. But eventually, we got Showcase, and they've been great. I mean, this show shows you. Right?
Absolutely, yeah, no.
Actually, yes. Canadian television.
When you look at your history as a producer and all the shows, I mean, too numerous to really mention, but it's Femme Nikita, Relic Hunter, things like that. One theme keeps popping up, keeps coming back and forth. There's always this like kick-ass, badass woman in the lead. Do you like leather pants and weapons, or is it?
I actually had a line I used to use that I'd rather see a woman kick a guy through a window than preparing dinner in the kitchen, sort of thing. And I actually don't believe there's enough shows on the air that show strong women, and so it's like I'm doing another one, I hope.
Oh, absolutely.
I enjoy this business.
Oh, good, man. Well, I think we're going to go to an audience question now. Here.
Hi, my name's Amy. So how do you feel about the global success of the show?
Oh, it's a riot. I mean, the only thing I don't like doing is going on the internet at night and seeing everybody spoiling it for everybody else. But, no, it's a riot. And in fact, our cast is being flown everywhere and invited everywhere. It's big in Australia, it's big in the UK. And it's actually fun when we went to Comic-Con last year to have people from countries where it wasn't on the air who had been watching it.
Thieves.
So, yeah. Well, but it's been fun. The internet response is great, too. So.
Jay Firestone, everybody! So what do you get when you take a siren, the Blood King, and a heavy eyelined mesmer and put them together? One of the strangest video packs I've ever seen in my entire life. Roll it.
Looky, 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 Lou. I know things about you and about your mother.
The glaive is gonna make garters out of my tender bits. But at this way station, it's actually a 3 ass whooping minimum.
Humans are for feeding off of, not wearing. All it'll take is a transluminal migration circle. Spark me up.
The Blood King, Rick Allen, Detective Hale, Casey Collins, and the Newman, DeBose, Seinfeld, Vex, Mr. Paul Amos. Rick, if I can start with you.
Absolutely, Steve.
You're the most knowledgeable Fae around, as they say. On the show, you have to say a lot about the Fae world. Yeah. We even call you Trickopedia.
It's true.
What's that like being like that as an actor on the show?
Transluminal migration circle,
Yes.
for example. It's a tongue-twisting, mind-bending good time. And I mean, it's great. I love playing Trick. He's a fantastic character to play. You guys write some amazing phrases for me and words that occasionally change in the last seconds, and then I have to wrap my mouth around another line or another word. Yeah. The great thing about it, though, is you can actually search all those things online and find things like that. When I was a kid, to Google me meant something completely different than what it does now. But so Google away and you'll find the things that I'm talking about, which is really helpful for me. So I don't have to kind of just make it up into in my own head. It's actually somewhere somebody made it up in their heads 100 years ago or something. So
no, anyway, you do it so well. KC, Detective Hale, 2 seasons in now. How do you find in what way do you find your characters evolved?
Oh, well, he's gotten half naked.
That's right.
That's when you know you've almost made it.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's becoming an individual, a leader. Not that he was ever a follower, but he was just loyal to a fault.
Yeah.
And he's kind of put his foot down and said, "Hey, you know what? This is me."
Right on. Paul, now you play Vex.
Yes, I do.
He's a sweetheart.
Of sorts.
How fun is it to play a villain like him?
Oh, I mean, it's great. I get whipped by a dominatrix, I get vice clamps on my nipples, and I get kicked in the face with a football. Sorry, soccer ball. Soccer ball. Sorry, I mean, it's as much fun as sort of, I don't know, watching the Goonies for the first time or something. Shout out to the Goonies. It's just, he has such a great sense of adventure as a character. Everything is fun. He's up for anything. There's no holds barred. And I get to go into work every day and wear really tight leather trousers and basically take the mickey out of these guys all day. It's the perfect job.
Excellent, man. Well, you do it well. We're going to take an audience question now. And we are...
Your character provides a sort of a mentoring, fatherly, wise figure. Does any of that bleed out onto the set among your colleagues?
Yeah, it all just kind of oozes out of me, actually. I often tell the cast to chew with their mouth closed and to chew their food well. I tie them to each other so they don't wander off. Things like that.
We also have a Facebook question. It's from Lori. And the question is, will Hale and Kinsey ever hook up? What do you think, Casey?
That question.
Yeah. That one, yeah.
Well, from Casey's perspective, I don't know. You know, from Hale's perspective...
You wish.
Here's the thing. He is the ultimate bachelor. So, therefore, I think deep down he really does want to give it a go, but he doesn't trust himself enough at this moment.
Big thing to jeopardize.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another audience question here as well.
Hi, this is for Paul. Hi, Paul. I'm Cynthia.
Hello, Cynthia.
And I would like to ask you, does Vex have any redeeming qualities?
He's a really nice guy. I don't know what everyone's got. He's just misunderstood. Yes, he does. And I think more as the season goes on, I think you get to see a bit more of who Vex is. And he's not so bad, but he is bad.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Rick Howland, Casey Collins, and Paul Amos. Don't go away. Bo's got a plan. We don't know what it is yet, but it's all going to come up in a few minutes from now as the Lost Girl pre-show finale continues.
The prop department is responsible for anything an actor handles.
Our props people, they have a challenge every time because we want a prop that's authentic. So when we go back in time 100 years and we need weapons and we need shields and we need mysterious music boxes or whatever we need, they have to research it. They have to find something, and this is tough.
We don't have a generic sort of look. None of our objects are like a usual, or very few are like, standard police issue, this or that. They're all created from fae, or they have supernatural abilities, the weapons or the items that we're dealing with.
I like to think that my props help the actors, that it's part of their world, and that they can be comfortable and rely on their props. And when they're happy with their props, I'm really happy.
You go to Africa to help out. You discover a secret society called the Fae, and then 5 years later, you're sleeping with a succubus and fighting against a wolf for her. That same old story. Here's a look at Lauren.
As your doctor, I would be more comfortable with you choosing someone slightly less well-traveled. Can I sleep with you?
From now on, the necklace stays on.
Forever.
Zoe Palmer, everybody!
It's so good to see you.
You too.
Again.
It's been so long.
I know. Oh my God, you look different.
Thank you. Had a little bit of work done.
Yeah. We can sit up.
Zoe, one of the things I love working with you is because you're so versatile. And, as a writer, we can basically put you in any situation and you're going to give us exactly what we wanted. As an actor, what are the things that you really like playing?
I like playing sort of crazy people. Like they're off kilter or a little bit socially awkward or a little bit sort of OCD or...
OCD, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think Lauren's a bit OCD.
Well, she's a doctor.
I think she has like a cupboard of soap.
Right.
Like just one cupboard,
Just one
and
cupboard.
all it has in it is soap.
And they're all labeled days of the week, that
That's
kind
right.
of thing.
She uses it once, throws it out.
Is there one defining moment for the Lauren, character of Lauren? There's been a lot, but anything that really sticks with you?
I think probably like when she finally told Beau that why she was so indebted to the Ash. I think that was probably the big sort of, just like for her to be able to express to Beau that there was a real reason that she behaved like a lunatic for so long.
2 seasons have passed. How do you find Lauren has evolved over that time?
I think just her confidence. I think that like we met her as a really submissive character and somebody who was also sort of really mysterious, and we didn't know if she was good or bad or really loved Beau or didn't, and I think that she's kind of evolved into somebody that has a little more confidence. She's a bit more assertive. You know?
What kinds of things would you like to see Lauren do in the future? Yeah.
What kinds of things do I want to see her do? I think she should climb a mountain.
I think it's an excellent idea. I also think she should take an audience question.
She should do that as well.
Okay. An audience question here for you now.
Hi. So you play such a kind character. I was just wondering if you thought Lauren has a dark side at all?
Yeah, you should ask Beau. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think I sort of feel like, you know, she's a human being, and so I think that she is capable of a lot. And I think that Lauren is a really committed, loyal, determined person, and I think that she would go to all kinds of great lengths for something or someone she believed in, even if those lengths were dark.
Zoe Palmer, everybody. Well, as we all know, Beau is a lovely, inspirational character, but she has one problem with one fundamental issue, and that is making a choice, especially when it comes to love.
There's this whole friends with benefits thing that I have heard so much about.
Hey, stranger.
Hey,
Like a threesome. What about me right now?
I love me some Beau, but she's got to end the juggling act.
Guys, I was asked to take a quick poll before we started. Team Dyson! Team Lauren! Team Steve! Okay, Anna, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What attracts Beau to both Dyson and Lauren?
gosh, I mean, sorry, I'll get it right, Zoe, I promise. No, I mean, look, what cannot attract her to these people? I mean, you know, with Dyson, she, you know, Beau meets Dyson right away, and there's an instant trust there, you know, and he's so super sexy, yeah. But besides that,
there's an instant trust.
There is. She just trusts him from the very beginning. So, you know, and there's an attraction there. And I think with Lauren, I mean, I think she feels, you know, there's an instant attraction as well with the lovely Miss Zoe Palmer, but she knows that there's more there than just that initial meeting. So I think she's curious to see more. Mm-hmm. And certainly does.
An onion.
Yeah.
Peel back the layers.
Yeah.
Lauren, Zoe.
Hello.
Hi. Why should Beau pick you?
Well, just the lack of facial hair, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to agree. I've had to make out with men in the past too, and don't know how you do it.
That's it. That's all I have.
Just to fake
There's nothing else to offer.
All right. Okay. Why should Beau pick Dyson?
Yes.
I make an excellent foot warmer. As Anna will attest, I do give a good massage.
That's true.
I do, but you know, so can Zoe.
What?
Are we foretelling? I don't even know if you should pick Dyson, to be honest. Who knows? Let's see what season 3 brings us, shall we?
Okay, all right, very good. So, non-committal and facial hair. That's where we are. Okay, we're moving on to an audience question here now.
This one's for Zoe. You seem to have an amazing sense of humor, and I'm wondering if you pull any pranks on set.
Never, absolutely never. I'm not a prankster. I goof around quite a bit, though. I do mess around.
She has the driest sense of humor, as you can probably tell. And it's hard sometimes for me because she, you know, we can laugh and then they call action and she just pulls it together and I can't. So there's lots of shoulders shaking on her close-ups where I'm
We've had
laughing.
so many takes, though.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many takes, if you watch closely, where we are fully just, like, laughing throughout the whole scene. I don't know. There was one scene that they just bailed
They gave up on
They
us.
gave up.
It was right there.
We were right over there.
Yeah, they
At
stopped.
the bar.
They're like, oh, we have enough, cut. Let's move on.
Like, it was like take 35, and they were like, seriously, please. And we were like, no, we got it. We fully got it.
This is not good behavior, by the way.
No, this is not.
Two professionals, ladies and gentlemen.
And they gave up and moved on.
Yeah, because she is that funny.
I think we're going to go to another audience question here now.
Another question to Zoe. Regarding the love triangle, if you could pick anybody else to bring into it, who would it be?
You.
Do you mean to make it more than a triangle? Like, or take one away and put someone else in? Like, so four people.
I love square.
Steve, without a doubt, Steve.
This is amazing. I gave my $5 to Kenzie, though.
But Kenzie and Lauren had a little. It was your imagination.
It was my hallucination, yeah.
But we had a little moment. That was a nice moment. I'm not going to lie. So maybe Kenzie or you.
Kenzie, you're the writer. Guys, thanks so much for playing so nice. Everybody, the triangle. Well, things are certainly heating up here as we count down and we keep going in the Lost Girls Season 2 pre-show finale. Guys, we are so close. I can feel like we're breathing down on our necks. But for those of you out there who have missed some of the bigger moments of Season 2, here's a recap of Season 2.
If the ash doesn't get better soon, bigger and more organized baddies are gonna start testing.
And that's not our deal.
Deal's off!
New successor to the Ash will be named.
Something old has awoken. Something terrible.
It looks as if we have ourselves a new Ash to crown.
Hear me, Bob, what you got?
Save me. I think technically I saved you.
When are you gonna learn not to interfere in dark fight business?
You'd be surprised how many of my transactions involve power tools.
Well, you're gonna have to get through me first.
And me.
You'll pay.
Blood King is no match for Garuda. Garuda?
I can't do that. I can't do that.
I will strike down the Garuda.
What?
It's been foretold.
You must recruit the dark. One whose abilities rival your own.
I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of our army.
Bo?
I may be the champion, but I can't do this alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Lost Girl! Well, guys, the finale is almost upon us. The Garuda's on his way. Chris, Casey, take off your shirts. Ab off. It's the only way to stop the Garuda. Chris, it's first.
I need some airbrushing, quick.
All right, fine. No shirts.
What about Paul?
Paul, take off your shirt.
He'll actually do it.
Guys, no, seriously, I want to say a big thank you to all the fans that came out here today. Thank you so much for being such an amazing crowd. And again, thank you guys for being here. We're seconds away from the finale. Let's count them down right now.